To Josh, everything that he's done has been built around wrestling. It gives him a sense of structure. It gives him a sense of where he's going and a positive sense of, belonging.
And a great job by Terrill to throw him to his back, and he's going to try to end this thing, and he does with a pin.
He's got a giant network of people that stand behind him and, really love him. He's just this giant teddy bear. Like, you would never guess that he went through what he went through.
My family grew up just outside of East Lansing in Holt, Michigan.
I first met Josh and his brother when they were young men, because I was a youth coach. They didn't know wrestling moves, but they knew they got a chance to grab a hold of somebody and have fun.
We had a very large family, and we weren't ever really well off. Our parents split up when I was at a very young age. There were a few times where Child Protective Services got involved. During COVID, tensions got a little higher in the house, and me and my brother decided to leave home and create our own path.
I left a couple of months before he did. I'd say that was the hardest time for me. You are kind of forced hand to just figure it out.
It was one of the hardest decisions I've had to make, but at the same time, I think it was the right decision.
For a 16-year-old kid to have to do that and grow up that fast, all the change that Josh went through, it was really tough. I think everyone saw the potential of the kids as human beings. It wasn't an athletic thing. And there were some significant people who were helping him, have the family atmosphere with meals.
It was definitely the wrestling community that helped both those boys in their circumstances. When Josh and Fritz ran into some situations, they both stepped up and said, I don't want to be a victim, I don't want pity, but I could use some help.
I think wrestling was really almost like a sanctuary for me. If I had some stress, I'd go wrestle. When I wasn't in the room, I was thinking about wrestling.
In the state finals, there was probably, 50 people in the stands that in some shape or form had either helped Josh in some way or Josh had touched in some way.
The whole people, all I heard was screaming, and then I heard the buzzer.
Seeing a kid accomplish his goal after everything he'd been through, I'm speechless. It brought me to tears.
I never believed that I could wrestle Division I, and I remember I was about to commit to a D2 school. Court, he was like, don't commit there.
We weren't initially looking at Josh, and a big part of it was academics. We basically told him to look at his other avenues for college. We just kind of circled back until the very bitter end. We ended up taking a risk. We explained to him, you're going to follow this structure, and he bought in right away.
Being on campus, I think it was a good experience for him. I think it was more stable, more consistent. I had a complicated childhood myself. Josh and I had some similarities in our upbringing, and we understood each other in that moment a lot more than what we thought we did. You could just see kind of flashes of brilliance, flashes of there's something there that can be developed. Last year, he had a rough Big Ten dual season. I talked to Josh at one point in time and I was like, what's going on? He just was like, I don't want to let anybody down. And he felt like winning matches was representing them and losing matches almost wasn't.
I said, I'm proud of you either way, like win or lose, like the fact that you're on this mat right now, you've already blown other people's expectations out of the water.
Wrestling Wisconsin last year, they were ranked ahead of us. The scores were tight, and if I won, then we were going to basically come off with the win.
And put 6 on the board for the Spartans.
I just remember hearing the crowd just explode.
Josh Terrill hyping up the crowd. He's loving it.
They know how far he's come. Outside of his immediate support system, I don't think anybody expected him to be where he is at today.
I want to be the best heavyweight that Michigan State has ever had. If I'm able to make those jumps, I think that's not only impressive as a wrestler, but just as a human.